Okay.
Michael, and I'll go into Michael on his answer.
All right, very good. Okay, are we going?
Yes, go right ahead.
All right. Well, Michael, Tim, it's good to be with you here talking about Batman. I have been looking forward to this picture ever since I first heard about it. And now I can tell you, I love it. It's
Great.
marvelous.
Good.
It's marvelous. It's really well done. It's thoroughly enjoyable.
Well, then I guess we can end right there.
No. Michael, I'm sure that you must have given a great deal of thought to whether or not you wanted to do this. How long did you actually ponder it?
I don't know. Maybe it probably wasn't that long because I don't think we had that much time. We pretty much had to go. I pondered it because I thought maybe I just don't want to work now because I had to do another movie just before then and I didn't want to put two back to back. But I was intrigued by the whole idea of Tim directing the script that I read, which was really a wonderful script. And so I went back and forth on it, and then it sounded like Jack might be doing it, and so I wasn't sure about. One thing I was going to do was wait and see who the Joker was, because that was key. And if it wasn't Jack, I had to really think about who else might do it. And once it was him, that was kind of the weight that made the scale go like that.
The other thing about it that is so intriguing, the Batman costume.
Yeah.
But that looks like a real torture chamber.
That was the idea, I think. No, the idea of it basically was armor, and I think what's nice about the whole concept of that is it shows that Batman is intelligent. He's smart enough to see he has no superpowers. He's a human being, so the man designs things to make his life work better. Everything from the little boomerang gun, or the batarang to the harpoon pistol and his car, which is sets him apart from, I think, from most other comic book heroes or larger than life heroes.
How many pieces are in the costume?
I don't know how many pieces are in it, but different materials. There's metal, a couple metal plates, some bolts, so there's metal, rubber, whatever connects the rubber piece together, like a latex or something, or a spandex or whatever it is. Leather, Velcro, there's probably wood in there somewhere. I don't know, there's all kinds of...
How do you get into it?
Well, I sat down and I think about a real... Oh, you mean physically? I was zipped into the back of it and then bolted into the front because the cape comes around. It had to fit a certain way. Otherwise, it became lopsided, and so that had to be bolted into the chest, which was covered by the plate. And the guy who did it was very ingenious, Bob Ringwood.
And then the mask is separate?
The mask, yes, was glued down, now that I think about it. Oof, that was awful. That came on over your head. You had to stretch into that, fill it out, get it in the right place, and they would glue it down. So every day I was glued into it, and then at the end of the day, I'm glued out of it.
Then trying to act in that, just move around.
There's a whole other ballgame. Move around. First of all, just trying to move around, then trying to act in it. Usually came in that order. Let me see if I can actually move, and then I'll think about acting.
And then it's got to be hot in there under the lights.
It's hot. It's all those things. But what happens is there's a movie to be made, really, and even though I would occasionally complain about it, what are you going to do? At some point, you've got to get on with it, and that's what you got to get on with it. And then I found ways to get out, through the shoot. I figured out little tricks where I could go off in the corner and take the top off and put the top back on.
Well, it's very effective. Tim, let's get you into this conversation here.
How long did it take you to get into the costume?
Oh, I just used to tie a towel around my neck. That's
all I had to do.
Nicholson, of course, is just the perfect Joker. I can't imagine anybody else doing the role. But would you just let him go full out and do whatever he wanted to do?
Well, I mean, the great thing about Jack is before you walk onto the set, we had lots of conversations. So, the thing with Jack is that he won't do a movie unless he feels like everybody's in sync and making the same thing. So, before we ever walked on the set, I knew what he was going to do. He knew the kind of movie that we were making. So what's great is that he walks on the set with a very with a very firm framework, but then, you know, you do 5 takes and you get it 5 different ways. I mean, he's brilliant that way. He just knows so much about film and makes everything personal. So, you know, it's for me, it's the most fun way to work because you know what you're doing, very strong, but then you get it lots of ways, so it's great.
Are you at all concerned that some of the fans of the comic books are saying, oh, I don't know, I think they've messed it all up? Does that concern you?
Well, you know, it's a very vocal group of people, and everybody has an opinion, and I knew that before I even went into it, so I just said to myself before I ever got into it, look, this is how I feel about the character. I'm going to try to be true to the spirit of it, but then just do our own thing, and that's all you can do, you know, and just try to make it, you know, a good movie. So, you know, it doesn't concern me too much because I feel good about it.
Well, I bet the grosses are going to be fantastic on it, and I wish you both the very, very best because it deserves it.
Thank you.
It's a great film.
Thank you very much.
Liked it a lot.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.